Welcome to today's episode of What Does the Law Say with Ariyike, proudly sponsored and produced by Tech Up Media. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel, Ariyike Modile. And don't forget to like, drop your comments, and share this video to people all around you so that they can enjoy my videos. Thank you. So in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing about how I, became a lawyer. Get to know what inspired me to become a lawyer and, how that journey happened. Alongside talking about how you can become a lawyer in Nigeria. And alongside tell you how I also got to that point. So, in a way, it's a get to know me and get to know how I became a lawyer kind of episode. So now, how to become a lawyer in Nigeria? First step, you need to ask yourself this question. Do I really want to be a lawyer? That's the first question. I know everybody says, law is a noble profession, and if you're a lawyer, there's this prestige. There have been great people that have been lawyers and they had like good names and things like that. But first question you want to ask yourself, do I really want to become a lawyer? So now, back to me, Ariyike. I'm trying to figure out if there was any point where I asked myself if I wanted to become why and if I really wanted to become a lawyer. But I don't remember any point I asked myself that. But I remember growing up as a young child, as a young girl, I used to say, oh, I want to become a lawyer, I want to become a lawyer. And I think the reason why I said it was because of the influence around me. I had an uncle that was a lawyer, I had a grand uncle that was a lawyer, and I had cousins that were older than me that were also studying to become lawyers. So it kind of like influenced me because I saw how they conducted themselves, and it just seemed very interesting and seemed like something that I would enjoy and I would like to do. After that, moving on to secondary school, I wasn't interested in either in the commercial or in the science class. I was more interested in the arts class. Because I'm kind of talented and funny in a way. Inside joke. If you know me, you probably know that I'm funny. And so I moved towards the arts class rather than any of all those classes. So moving towards the arts class, I also felt like, what else do I want to do, or what else do I have interest in? And since I already talked about how I wanted to become a lawyer when I was younger, it just kind of flowed with me and then moved on with me from then. So the first question you want to ask yourself is, are you sure you really want to study law? Are you sure you really want to be a lawyer? And ask yourself why. Why do you want to be a lawyer? Do you want to be a lawyer because people say that, they wear white and black? Or do you want to be a lawyer because you watch Suits? Or do you want to be a lawyer because you want to carry your father's legacy or your mother's legacy? Or do you want to become a lawyer because, the justice system is bad and you want to try and correct it and you want to be the voice to correct things? Or do you just like the idea of studying law? There can be different reasons. Just make sure that you're sure of why you want to study it, and then that same passion drives you through. It's not impossible that you decide to study law today and in the next 10 years, you have a change in passion, or you have a change in interest, and you don't want to do it any longer. There's no problem with that. People grow and you'll get to know more about yourself. So don't choose law because your friend is choosing law. Don't choose law because there's nothing else to do. No, there are many, many other things to do. You can become many other things. You can become any other thing you want to become aside being a lawyer. So the first question is, ask yourself if you're sure you want to become a lawyer. The second step on becoming a lawyer in Nigeria is you have to chart your course towards that direction. So like I said, moving on from when I was a young girl to up until secondary school, I had to chart my course towards that direction. And by doing that, I went to arts class. I studied art-related subjects so that I could be on that part of being a lawyer. You don't want to first go to science class, do physics and chemistry and further math, and then now come back and say that, oh, you think you want to be a lawyer. That would be a bit confusing because you don't have any background to the art subject. So you chart your course towards that part of law if you want to become a lawyer in Nigeria. Step 3, make sure you pass all those exams, the exams that are going to qualify you to study law. Make sure you pass those exams. So, for us here in Nigeria, you write the West African examination for senior secondary school students, and then you take art subjects. If you pass them, those subjects would qualify you into entering university. and then you can study law. So I passed those subjects. After passing those subjects, and then I got into prestigious, the one and only, the Gbagba of the Gbogbo. And you know, I was admitted into Obafemi Awolowo University. I actually did pre-degree for a year, and after doing pre-degree for a year, and then I got admitted to study law in Obafemi Awolowo University. The best of the best. Okay, so that's just a joke aside. Anyways, but yes, I studied at the great Ife Obafemi Awolowo University. So moving on, I passed my exams, and that could help me, you know, choose that course, and then got admitted to study law. So that's the third step. You want to make sure that you pass all those exams that will lead you on that part. Number 4 thing is your university, right? That's the place where you get to study law generally. So I got into university, did law from my first year to my 5th year. You ensure that you pass all those courses, different subjects, you know, evidence, equity, criminal law, thought, international law, energy, jurisprudence, different subjects. And then, you know, you go through university for 5 years, as the case may be. After that, you now get into law school, into the Nigerian law school. So now, Nigerian law school is divided into, well, not necessarily say divided, but Nigerian law school is grouped into 2 parts. So you have Bar Part 1 and Bar Part 2. So if you did not study in Nigeria for your first degree, so that means if you did not have your university education in Nigeria, maybe you had it somewhere else in the UK or anywhere else, Bar Part 1 is for you. So the reason why they have Bar Part 1 is to take those foreign students into, you know, basic Nigerian constitution, basic Nigerian legal system, so they can understand and have a background knowledge before they go to Bar Part 2. So Bar Part 1 is for foreigners, people that didn't have their university education here in Nigeria, and Bar Part 2 is for Nigerians and also foreigners alike to, you know, study to become a lawyer. So when you take the Bar Part 2 classes, you go through the process, you have your externship, you get attached to a court, attached to a law firm, and, you know, pass your bar exam. Once you pass your bar exam, and then you go through the screening and other things, then you'll be called to bar. So step 6 is your call to bar. Having passed law school and you passed your bar exam, you'll be called to bar. And yes, I mean, I did my law school here in Lagos, and that's why I'm a lawyer. I passed my bar exam, and then that's why I'm a lawyer. Step 7 is for you to start your journey. You know, start your journey as a lawyer, decide which part you want to take. There are many areas that you can function as a lawyer. You know, banks, oil companies, you know, non-governmental organizations, private firms, private organizations, you know, different places where you can work as a lawyer. And then, you know, after you pass your law school exam and then you are called to the bar, at least you attend the call to bar ceremony, you can start your journey and, you know, figure out what exactly you want. And note that it's not impossible that you develop some other kind of interest along the line and you follow that path again. The major thing is you finding or deriving joy and pleasure in what you do, and, you know, as long as it pays the bills. Mind you, I did not mention how rigorous and how tedious it is to study law school. That is a story for whoever gets to law school. Don't let me be the one to, you know, either discourage you. Actually, nothing is impossible for anybody that sets your heart, you know, to do something. It's always possible. I went through it. Thousands of people have gone through it and are thriving and doing very well. So don't be discouraged about how tedious or how rigorous it might be going through law school. It might be stressful during that 1 year, but it's always worth it. And, you know, you can as well do many other things that you want to do. But so that's my story and how I became a lawyer, and that's how you can also become a lawyer in Nigeria if you want to. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of What Does the Law Say? If you haven't subscribed to this awesome channel, please subscribe right now. Don't forget to like and also share videos all around my videos to your family and to your friends. I would really be grateful for that. What does the law say? I'll tell you next Thursday.